Brennan Marian hired by Colorado and Coach Prime. This is a massive, massive hire for Colorado. He takes over as their offensive coordinator, leading Sac State, a head coaching job down there. Matt, Coach Prime said, we brought in a man that has shown he's creative, innovative, knowledgeable, smart, and understands today's players. He's made a difference on the field and off everywhere he's been. And Brennan Marian said, humbled to be sought out by the best to ever do it in football, Coach Prime. He said, it's my mission to make sure we put a great product on the field that the entire CU family can be proud of. Go Buffs. Matt, I believe you've had some interactions with Brennan Marian here in the last 24 hours. What are your takeaways and thoughts on this hire? And I mean, I think this is massive news for the future of CU. Break it down.
Yeah, I mean, he's been active since his days assistant coaching all over UNLV, and he was instrumental in getting Kalen Ballage, who was an NFL running back, played at Arizona State. So he's got ties, and he's well respected. What I love about him is he's a worker. He's not afraid to respond. Excuse me. He's not afraid to, ask, hey, you got any good players? Like he's already on it.
Mm-hmm.
I've had more conversation with him in the last 2 days than I have with the recruiting staff in the last 3 years. So
wow.
I think they made a home run hire. And, if this is the kind of guy that you keep happy and warm under the wing of the Dragon until the Dragon wants to retire, and then you pass it off to this kind of guy. So
that's my next question. Is he do you think?
Yeah, I think he's got to be. If this works, I don't see how it doesn't work out like that. I think
I agree.
Like to hear him come out and say we've got to put a stranglehold on Colorado recruiting, and now he's already responding to me. Because right when I heard that, I immediately went after. I was like, okay, I heard it now. Now prove it. You know me. Hopefully. He's not afraid of the aggression. He wants to harness it, which is what the fuck I'm looking for, bro.
Hell yeah.
That's exactly how I operate. So, I think that this guy's going to do a great job. I think this is a home run hire by Prime. This cat's going to do everything Coach Prime doesn't want to do. Does that make sense?
Definitely makes sense.
I'm not talking shit. I'm saying Coach Prime was watching his kid play this weekend, as he should, and Shador balled the fuck out, and we're going to talk about that in a second. If you still don't think that kid can play, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Moron. Just a fucking idiot. And I'm mad I couldn't be on JB's show this morning, but Friday's coming.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the kind of hire that also lights a fire under all the other coaches' asses, because they're going to see what he's, how hard this young cat's going to work at the job. So this is a huge opportunity for Marion. I think it's a home run hire. Now, who's he bringing with him? What offensive coaches are going to stay? Does he want 3 offensive line coaches? How does he want to shape the roster and the transfer portal offensively? What are they going to do on defense? Are they going to make any changes other than this? Is this the only change? I'm eager to see what else happens, because the clock is a ticking. So
no doubt. Do you know? So you've spoken with him. Does he have autonomy to make those kind of decisions on this offensive?
I wasn't asking those questions, but I'm assuming as an offensive coordinator getting this job and walking away from a head coaching position that he would have certain say. Yeah.
Yeah, especially like
I'm sure that if he wants to bring somebody in, he doesn't necessarily need to ask permission.
For sure. And now he's a JUCO product, got it out the mud. He's really worked his way up, coming up all the way from UNLV now to Sac State here, going way back, because obviously you mentioned as well. You mentioned he's trying to put a stranglehold in Colorado in-state recruiting. What does that mean for the future of CU? And then now he's got to compete against Jim Mora over at CSU, the Sheep, Fort Collins. So that's
hold on. When Colorado takes the state seriously, there is no competition. No one actually gets courted by a good CU program, which I don't know if this is a good program or not.
Fair.
They're 16-21. the one that's 4-8, 9-4, and a Heisman, 3-9. So next year tells me if we're shitty or if we're average and getting better. You know what I'm saying? We can build on a good season and not plummet again. That'd be a big if. So I'm just saying, when you're recruiting kids in Colorado and you say, okay, you want to go play for Colorado or do you want to go play for Colorado State? In the past, it hasn't been even because of the conferences. I don't think it's still even. The new Pac-12 is not what the Big 12 is. So I still think CSU has a big-time uphill battle then if CU wants to honor the state. If this is real, which I believe it is, then we'll see. I mean, now it's put up or shut up. So if he walks in and says, recruiting staff, we need to do a better job on this shit, then I'm sure they're going to listen. I can't imagine that he would have no authority in that regard.
Well, that makes sense, Matt. I just think this is an exciting hire for the future of CU. I'm curious to see. I mean, he's already flipping several Sac State commits coming to Colorado here. That's kind of exciting for the CU front.
You want to know what I'm not saying? No big guys.
That is a one theme I also noticed. These are two.
Like
we got
like
yeah.
Not a lot of defensive linemen and not a lot of offensive linemen. Like, look, I understand people think it's harder to recruit high school kids now. West Virginia just brought in 42 three-star athletes. Do they think they're going to now? Do they think they're going to keep all 42 kids? Absolutely not. But you know what? You know what? If they hit on 20 of them, that is an unbelievably productive fucking class. It could be a class that turns around that program.
Facts.
And Rich Rodriguez had it humming once. I don't know why he can't. 25th. So I hope, and stepping back from this and thinking about it, Coach Prime being sick, that doesn't help recruiting any last year in the transfer portal. But he's been there all fall. And he's bringing in a guy who really is aggressive as shit in this regard. So not only is he coaching his ass off, but he wants the players and he's going to go find them, which is awesome. So it's like the exact opposite of Pat. Pat's retired. Pat's going to hang out with his grandkids. This guy's like recruiting Pat's grandkids. So let's be real here. So this has the potential to be a very good hire. Like last year when Oklahoma fired everybody on offense, couldn't find a quarterback, and like, what the fuck are we going to do? And then they went out and got the OC at Washington State, brought him in and his staff and Mateer. Yeah. Now Juju's already here. So, and I don't want to hear any of this. Juju's not a run first quarterback. It's not a run first system. It's just an option. Right? The option to run the quarterback is there every play. The option to throw the ball is there every play. The option to run the ball vertically and double team people. That's the difference with this offense and this stretch zone shit that we've been watching. This new offense is like deuce, ace, tray, fuck you, run vertical. Smash. They want to run the ball more than throw the ball in this offense. They just take what the defense gives them. So I'm excited about it. It's been a while since we've had any excitement. I'm equally as excited about Coach Prime relinquishing some control here and passing off, saying, look, again, the beauty of Coach Prime is how he makes you feel. Yeah. Well, how you think you just made Marion feel? You heard it in the press conference. To be recognized by the greatest ever. That's not bullshit. That's real. So yeah, man. I mean, with new information becomes you have new emotions and opinions and everything. So I'm pretty excited about this. Now I need them to go find like 10 of the nastiest motherfuckers on earth to play defensive and offensive line and pay the shit out of them. We got skill players, dog. We got a quarterback. Jordan Seaton's a good player. I don't think he's going to leave. We need I think Johnson comes back. He's probably not going to leave, but the interior three are gone. They're all seniors. Yeah. And our defensive line, other than Davis Swain, Merritt, and McPherson, those three returning rookies, everybody else on the defensive line can kick motherfucking rocks. So I'm telling, please, for the love of God and all things holy, I don't give a fuck if you've got to do 1,000 almond commercials. I don't care how much Aflac stock you got to sell. Yeah. I don't give a shit. Can we go figure out a way to pay the 10 meanest, surliest motherfuckers on earth? 8 of them. I'll take 8. Shit, I'll take 7. All right? Mix 4 defensive linemen with those 3 rookies and give me 3 interior offensive linemen to put around Johnson and fucking Seaton. And let's double team the fuck out of somebody and go goddamn win some football games.
Exactly. Go turn over rocks. Let's go. I mean, I'm Brennan Marian's I've been a massive fan of his for a while. I think this is massive news for the future of Colorado, because I think you don't just leave a head job to go take the OC unless you know, hey, I'm going to establish myself here. I'm the head coach away. I'm going to take this over in the future. And Brennan's he's a JUCO product. He isn't afraid to turn over rocks. Like you mentioned, Matt, he's going to go do the things that Prime wouldn't do. Not faulting Prime for going and visiting Shador at all, but he hasn't gone and really visited recruits or made in-person visits. That's something I think Marion will do, and I think that's massive.
He hasn't really.
He hasn't at all. So I'm saying that's massive for the future.
I think that there's a lot of this can be very productive. It's, you know what? Look. I think it would benefit Coach Prime if he went on the road and recruited. I really do. I'm not gonna get off of that, regardless of who he hires. Mm-hmm. I don't think that that's the right play. Now, has it worked in the past? Yeah, it has. Is it working right now? I don't know. I don't know if it's working right now. This transfer portal class, I'm eager to see how much Sacramento State comes to Boulder. Sac State and the Big Sky is not the Big 12. You can't just bring in Sac State's roster and expect to compete in the Big 12. That's fucking insanity. But there are probably 10 guys on that roster that can probably come contribute and know the system and can do a good job. But I'm talking like we need to go steal players. Tampering is legal, people. The same way people are trying to steal Jordan Seaton, and if you don't think that's happening, you're a fucking moron. I'm not saying you should leave, but if you don't think that his representation is listening to, we'll give you $15 million, you're high. So Jesus Christ. So, there's looking at this, I want Colorado to die aggressive. And I feel like we sit back on our haunches a lot. Mm. I don't feel like we're as aggressive as we need to be. We say we are, but then we wait instead of attack. Like, wait for them to come to us. We got them right where we want them. Well, now we're surrounded. And I don't like feeling like Custer, dog. So I think that there's a lot of stuff that still needs to change, but this is a great step in the right direction. I'm interested to see what Sanford says about it at 145, because obviously he's an offensive brain and I'm just a fucking lineman. What do I know? But yeah, man, I think this is a good move.